Well, let's move on now. $300 million for nuclear weapons. That's how much North Korean hackers stole via cyber attacks to fund the modernization of that country's nuclear facilities. Now, according to the United Nations, Pyongyang is upgrading its nuclear arsenal in violation of international sanctions. Our Margarita Scapina has more on that story.
North Korea is at it again. According to the United Nations, Pyongyang is upgrading its nuclear weapons in defiance of international sanctions. Diplomats are also accusing North Korean hackers of stealing more than $300 million to maintain the country's nuclear facilities and modernize its ballistic missile infrastructure. In the past year, North Korea has shown off new short-range, medium-range, submarine-launched and intercontinental ballistic missile systems at military parades.
We must do everything we can to increase nuclear war deterrence even further as we build the strongest military capability. By accelerating the push to make our military more elite and stronger, we need to have them thoroughly prepared to play their role against any form of threats or unexpected situations.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and former U.S. President Donald Trump met 3 times over the past 3 years, but they failed to reach an agreement on Pyongyang giving up its pursuit of nuclear weapons and North Korea's demand for an end to sanctions. It is unclear how exactly U.S. President Joe Biden will move forward on the issue, but Kim Jong-un left the door open for negotiations.
Regrettably, much opportunity has been squandered by our North Korean counterparts over the past 2 years, who too often devoted themselves to the search for obstacles to negotiation instead of seizing opportunities for engagement.
Almost 15 years ago, the UN Security Council imposed tough sanctions on North Korea, aiming to pressure Pyongyang to abandon its nuclear missile program. It paralyzed almost all of the country's economic activity, limiting exports and imports. But in a unique twist, funding from cyber attacks allowed the country to flout the restrictions. North Korea has resumed its cooperation with Iran, including the transfer of critical parts for the nuclear arsenal, the UN report said. Tehran has denied any partnership with North Korea on missile technology.